Hi, and welcome to our screencast showing the features and functionality of the Wybron Swatch application designed for the Apple iPhone and iPod Touch. Let's go ahead and get started. When we've started the application, we begin in a list view. The list view has three main areas. It has a navigation bar, it has a scrollable list, and it has the toolbar down here at the bottom. The navigation bar displays the name of the currently selected manufacturer that we are viewing. It also has a factory icon that when you tap on it, brings up a list of all the manufacturers that we have in the application currently, how many gels each manufacturer has, and by clicking or tapping on a particular manufacturer, the list in our list view changes to the colors for that manufacturer. So here we've switched from Lee to Apollo. In the list view you can scroll and browse through colors, and to select a color you simply tap on it. Let's go ahead and do that now. We'll come back to the toolbar later. Let's look at Hot Wings. In the detail view we also have a navigation bar, we have a detail area, and a toolbar with many of the icons looking the same as on the list view, but a couple of differences. The navigation bar has changed. Where we had the manufacturer name, we now have the code for the color that you're currently looking at, in this case Apollo 7770. And the manufacturer button has changed to a back button that will take you back to the list view that you were just at. In the detail area, we have a swatch that shows a representative color of the color you are looking at, of the gel you are looking at, along with its name, in this case Hot Wings, its transmission, 22%, and its CMY and RGB values. Below the swatch area we have an SED curve. This SED curve is fairly small and doesn't include a lot of detail. It's simply there for reference. However, if you would like a lot more detail to your SED curve, simply turn your device on its side. The detailed SED curve goes from 0 to 100% transmission in 10% increments, and from 400 to 700 nanometers in 10 nanometer increments. We also have a legend to remind you of which color you're currently looking at. In this case, the legend goes across the line on the SED curve, and we may not want that. We may want it out of the way to make it easier to see. So if you need to move the legend, simply tap on it and drag it somewhere else on the screen. Let's go ahead and turn our device back to portrait mode, which will take us back to the detail view. Below the SED curve we have similar colors. You can see that this little arrow here is indicating that there are more colors than can fit on the screen. If we simply swipe in the direction the arrow is pointing, we can see the remaining 6 colors that are available to us. Swipe the other direction, and we bring up the first 6 again. In this case, it's telling us that Apollo 7850 is very similar to Hot Wings, but also that Lee 781 is. Let's go ahead and bring up Lee 781. Now you can see that we have the 2 colors side by side, and we also have the SED curve overlapping. If you want to get more detail on that SED curve, simply turn your device on its side again, and now you have both colors overlapped in detail. Let's go ahead and go back to the detail view here. Below the similar colors we have the toolbar. We have the search button, the recently viewed colors button, and the information button over here on the right, and all 3 of these buttons are exactly the same as they were on the list view. So we'll talk about them when we go back to the list view. The 2 buttons here that I'd like to talk about are the Similar Complements button and the Moray button. The Similar Complements button, when you click on it, changes the similar colors to be the list of complementary colors. Once again, it has an arrow here indicating that if we swipe to the left, we'll get more colors, and then we can swipe back to the right to go back to where we were. If we tap on one of these colors, it will bring up the complement next to your original color that you're viewing the details of. You can also see the complementary color along with the original color in the SED view. click on the similar complements again, and the colors are taken back to be similar colors. The second button that I mentioned is this Moray button. We're not going to use it here in this video, but know that if you click on the Moray button, this will take you to the Moray Gobo library, passing the library the list of recently viewed colors that you have, so you can use them within the Moray Gobo library. Let's go ahead and go back to the list view at this time. Back in the list view, we're going to concentrate on the toolbar down here now. The first item on the toolbar is Search. If we tap on it, it takes us to the Search view, which has a text entry area, and you'll notice that the keyboard is up. It has a Cancel button that will take us back to wherever we were when we launched the search, whether that be the list view or the detail view. And it has a results list. Now this results list you can scroll through, but it begins with all of the colors from all of the manufacturers. We might want to narrow that down a little bit, that's why we're here searching. So in this case, let's type in Congo. And you'll notice as we're typing, it narrowed down the list until we just have the Congo blues left. This is cross-manufacturer. You can see we've got the Congo blue listed for Apollo, GAM, Lee, Lee High Temperature, Roscoe, Roscoe E-Color. They're all here. You can also notice that it doesn't matter if the name starts with the word we're searching on. In this case, we have Real Congo Blue. You'll notice Congo's in the middle. This is true for all searches. Your search term is searched throughout the name. Let's clear this real quick though, and I'll show you one other thing about searching, and that is we can search on the gel code. For example, if we know specifically that we want to look at Lee 181, we can simply start typing Lee 181 and narrow it down very quickly to just Lee's Congo Blue. To select the color, simply tap on it, and you're taken to the detail view of that color. Let's go ahead and go back to the list view again. Go back to the list view. We're back to the original list that we had. We're currently looking at Apollo colors. And now let's talk about recently viewed colors. If we tap on this, it brings up all of the recently viewed colors that I've taken a look at in the order in which they were looked at. For example, here's Congo Blue from our search, and just prior to that we were looking at Apollo 7770 Hot Wings. This list is unique, meaning if I were to come down here and look at Rosy Amber again, instead of having it twice in the list, it would simply appear at the top of the list again, and that would be the only place it appears. We have two options at the toolbar, on the toolbar for this list. That is clear, and we can clear all of our recently viewed colors and let it start the list again, or cancel, which will take us back to where we were when we went to this view. Let's go ahead and cancel now. And we're back at the list view. The third button, the little scales here, is compare. This allows you to compare any two colors, not just the similar or complementary colors that you get when you're looking at the details of a color. Let's go ahead and click on it and see how it works. Tapping on the scales brings up this Select Gel A and gives us some options. Manufacturer List, which is our normal list view, Search, which we went over as the search view, and the Recents List, which is the list of recently viewed colors. In this case, let's choose Recents List. It brings up the recently viewed colors and allows us to select from it. In this case, let's go ahead and choose this Apollo Magenta. Now it's asking where the second color should come from. What do we want to compare to? Let's go ahead and take a search. And from here, we're comparing Apollo Magenta, so let's pick something yellow. And let's pick something different, like this Yellow Sun from GAM. When we click on that one, it brings us up to the detail view for Apollo Magenta, but automatically compares the second gel we selected. Once again, the SED curves are overlapped, so you can see the two. However, the similar and complementary colors are for Apollo Magenta, because that is our primary or A gel in this comparison. Now, there is one other feature in here that I haven't mentioned yet, and that is if you'd like to compare these two side by side in full screen mode, simply give your device a shake. Unfortunately, I can't do that in the screencast, but you can do it and it'll pull up a full screen view, and then to get back to this view, simply shake your device again. That works whether you're looking at a single color or two colors split across the screen. Let's go ahead and go back to the list view one more time. In the list view, we also have this sort button. Right now, we are in numeric descending, meaning all the numbers are running down as we go through this list. If we click on this, we'll switch our sort order. The little book means swatch book, so in this case, we're swatch book ascending, swatch book descending, numeric ascending, and back to numeric descending. This allows you to look at colors however you're familiar with, whether you want to go in numeric order or the order they appear within the swatch book. The final button on this toolbar is the information button. It's not a very exciting screen, but it does have one feature that I really want you to know about. So let's go ahead and take a look. The feature I want you to know about on this view is this Send Feedback button. If you click on the Send Feedback button, it will open your email application, automatically fill out the address for feedback, and allow you to write an email to us here at Wybron, giving us suggestions or general feedback on the application. You see, we really value your feedback. Most of the upgrades for this application have come due to user-driven enhancement requests. And we just want you to know that we take them seriously, and we really appreciate it when you contact us to tell us what would make this application better for you. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope you enjoy using the Swatch application.